Hi girls, it's Alexia Cortez here at AMI Clubwear, and today I'm so excited because I finally got my hands on this baby. Yeah, I'm not like a professional makeup artist or anything, so I didn't get like the VIP early access to this, but it did just come out less than a month ago. It's the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I have the, yeah, I said semi-sweet. Okay, I have the original one, which I absolutely love, so I really couldn't wait to get this one. I love so many things about the original. It's pretty worn in. You can see, you know, what my favorite colors are and stuff. I do use all of the shades, just not all of them every day. I have my favorites. It smells so yummy, sweet and chocolatey, but it's not like overpowering or like cocoa butter that just like, oh my God, makes you kind of sick. So this one, they say has more cooler tones in it. And so the semi-sweet chocolate bar, Too Faced says, is a warmer palette with deeper shades. And we're gonna check it out. I haven't swatched this, I haven't tested it. You guys are gonna see everything from start to finish. And then in a part 2 video, I'm gonna do a tutorial with a look with these shadows. So stay tuned, and I hope you're as excited about this as I am. Okay, so I got this at Sephora. It's a Sephora exclusive, and I must have went into Sephora probably like 10 times, 3 different Sephoras looking for this. And when I finally found it, it was in a different section other than like the Too Faced little stand area, so I don't know what that was all about, the display. So this is what it looks like. One thing that I noticed off the top is that it's obviously lighter than the original chocolate bar, both in color and in weight. It's thinner, as you can see, so it's gonna be like less bulky inside of your makeup bag. And they are stackable. They're still about the same dimensions when it comes to length. So, and I think that this is like Too Faced's way of competing with the Naked palettes, which I don't actually own. I've seen them, but I feel like Naked from Urban Decay, just Urban Decay in general, even though their shades are really pretty, I feel like they just use way too much glitter and shimmer. And while I can respect a good glitter and shimmer, I feel like they just use way too much of it in their palettes, and like a lot of the colors I'd want to use in my crease are like glittery, and that's not a bad thing, but some girls just want like matte. So anyway, okay, so here are the shades. Another improvement that I noticed is that they actually put the names of the colors here on the palette. Like in the original chocolate bar, it was on the plastic insert that was protecting the eyeshadows, and most girls are not gonna, you know, fuss with that, and I don't even know where mine is, so I have no clue what the shades in here are called. But in this one, they're all right here. So just real quick, what I would like to do for you guys is I'm gonna show you guys on my arm with primer and without primer how each of the shades look. And I'll just give like a brief little description while I'm doing that. But again, this has the same signature chocolate bar scent when you open it up. And the good thing about it, like even if you're not like the hugest fan of chocolate, it's just really while you're using the palette, like when you open it up and you're applying it to your eyes, but it's not gonna stick around all day. Trust me, like after a minute, it's gone. So it's kind of sad for us chocolate lovers, but again, don't worry about that if that's a concern. So normally I use the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer or the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, but today I'm trying out the Lorac Behind the Scenes Primer. I heard it's really good, and I'm always looking for the next best eyeshadow primer because I feel like you need them to intensify the color of your shadows and to get them to like stay and last all day. But at the same time, like if you apply your primer and it's not an even application when you first apply it, you're going to get patches in your eyeshadow while you're applying it, and those are really hard to blend out. First, I'm gonna just put on a little bit of this primer onto my arm in a streak so I can show you guys what the eyeshadows look like with and without primer. So I'll try to do this as quickly as I can, but still being pretty thorough. The first shade I'm gonna swatch is Licorice. I'm just gonna go across the palette. Okay, all right, here's Licorice. So this is like almost black, so it's gonna be really useful. The original chocolate bar did not have a black color in it. It had a very deep brown, and I like thought that was fine for, you know, doing smoky eyes and everything, but this is just pretty much almost black. And it's not like the most intense night black, but it's just really pretty, and it's not gonna be overpowering for like the other colors in the palette. So that's called Licorice. I think that's really pretty. It almost has a little bit of a satin texture to it. It's not like completely matte, but it's definitely not shimmery. So the next shade is gonna be Coconut Cream. Okay. This is really smooth, just touching it. I'm gonna put that right below. This is gonna be a good highlight color for both underneath the brow, maybe under your eyes. You could probably use this to contour your face. But you can see where the color is more concentrated where I have the primer. And then the next shade is Nougat. I think I'm saying that correctly. This is also very smooth and buttery. It's like a pinky, peachy, matte neutral color. This is gonna be great for transition colors, I can already tell. This is beautiful. I hope this camera is picking up these shades. Okay. The next one is Peanut Butter, which is also matte. It's kind of like, I'm sorry, it's not peanut butter, it's truffles. It's kind of like a medium brown that's not too cool or warm. So just show you guys what that looks like. Oh, that's really pretty. You can really see how the primer picks up the intensity of the color. Okay, next is Hot Fudge. This color has a little bit of shimmer in it, so let's see what it looks like swatched. Got a little bit of fallout from that, so you want to be careful when you're applying that on your eyelid. Maybe hold a tissue or another kind of shield underneath your eyelid to protect fallout. That's really pretty, guys. It has like kind of like a bronzy shimmer inside of a darker like matte shadow. It's really pretty, actually. I can't wait to use that. The next is Cocoa Chili. So this is like a medium brown color, a little bit on the warmer side, and has some gold, really pretty gold flecks in there. That's gorgeous. The next shade is Pink Sugar, which I heard doesn't have much pigmentation, but is great as like an accent, just to add a little bit of like shimmer and glitter on top of other colors or on top of your bare skin color. The thing about this is it reminds me of MAC Reflex. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but they're really just like loose glitter pigments that you can put on top of stuff. You could probably even put that on top of your lips. But it's kind of like a rose gold shimmer. I see little pieces of pink, little pieces of gold, and it's really pretty. Okay, next is Puddin'. Puddin' is a cool tone medium brown. Putting that below. This kind of reminds me of a shade from the first palette, but it's almost like borderline grayish, and I think that's really gorgeous and versatile. This is called Blueberry Swirl, and it's kind of like a teal blue color. That's pretty. I feel like blues are kind of hard to work with because they can get kind of tacky looking if they're like the wrong shade, but I actually really like this. It reminds me of a MAC pencil called Industrial that I used to have. I loved that thing. I don't know whatever happened to it, but I'm sure this will look great even when applied wet, kind of like in a foiled effect. The next shade I'm doing is called Peanut Butter, and this is like a very warm brown. It's gonna be great as a transition color. And this also reminds me of one of my favorite shades in the first chocolate bar, so I'm so glad that there's something very similar to that. Again, it's a matte color. You can do some really flattering looks with this as your transition color and in your crease area above a darker color. Also, if you have like blue eyes, I'm sure this is gonna look gorgeous on your lid. Okay, the next color is Frosting. It's like a medium bronzy brown shimmer. Again, that's really pretty. I feel like I've seen this shade before in other palettes, maybe even in the first palette there's a very similar color, but it's gonna be gorgeous on the lid nonetheless, so it's always nice to have a neutral like that in the palette. Okay, next we have Rum Raisin, which is a very cool toned, shimmery, grayish brown, silvery brown. Let's see how it looks on the skin. That's really pretty. It actually almost has a little bit of mauvey purpleness to it, so you can do some great cool tone looks with that. Again, it has a little bit of shimmer, not much glitter. Okay, next I have a matte color. It's a very light brown, kind of mousy brown, called Mousse. Another great transition color that's going to be very useful. It's a great basic. Okay, next is Caramel. Caramel is a golden bronze shimmer color. Very warm. It's very like Greek goddess-like. I do like that, but I have a hard time wearing colors this warm on my lids, so we'll see how much use I get out of that. The next shade is called Bonbon, and it looks kind of like a rose gold color, which is also one of my favorite tones. So this is going to be a great replacement for one of the shades that I'm almost out of in my chocolate bar one. I'm all naming it. This is gorgeous, guys. I'm going to use this on my lid all the time because it's just what I do. And then finally, another large pan of eyeshadow in here is called Butter Pecan. This is going to be a great highlight shade. It's kind of a champagne shimmer. That's going to be great under your brow bone, in the inner corners of your eyes. It's definitely not overdone. It's not too frosty, which I love. So here are all the colors together. They may be hard to see on camera, guys. I apologize if that's the case. You can head over to your local Sephora and swatch this yourself if you want to, you know, check it out more before you actually order it or buy it. But this is 50 bucks, and if you're into makeup the way I am, if you use it every day, I think this is a steal. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a tutorial for you guys. That's gonna be in the next video in this little mini series on the chocolate bar, semi-sweet chocolate bar. So check it out. So this is normally what I look like when I leave Sephora and Ulta and any other store that lets me like check out different stuff. They have the samples and everything. And I probably will end up getting this on this dress, which is so cute, and I think I'm gonna order this because it's adorable. Yes, we have it on the site, guys. But yeah, girls, seriously, 50 bucks for 16 shades. I mean, you buy one of these MAC eyeshadows full price for what, I don't know, 14, 15 bucks. I don't even know how much they are anymore, because I feel like the palettes coming out, especially from Too Faced, have been right up my alley, and I haven't even needed to buy any of these individuals anymore. And this is so great for vacation, for a weekend, for a night out, if you're spending the night at your boyfriend's house or whatever. You can make so many looks with this. So this is highly, highly recommended. I'm very pleased with it, and I'm definitely excited to show you guys one of my looks. If time allows and resources allow, I'll definitely be more than happy to show you guys some more looks that I come up with. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, guys, real quick. Too Faced likes to include these little like instructional booklets in their palettes that just kind of give you guys ideas on different looks you can do with the shades and instructions. So there are also plenty of videos on YouTube. A lot of makeup artists on Instagram are using this. Just search for the hashtag. But I hope you enjoyed this, and definitely check out my tutorial because I'm excited to show you guys what this can do.